All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace up the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, welcome to GWR, everybody. Gonzo'S Wrestling Room, Monday, March 18th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Tony Gonzo'S, also joined by Marcus Fine, as always. And then tonight, we're joined by owner of WCWO, JKO, Joey Kid Owens. How's it going, Joey?
Going great. How about you guys?
Doing well. Well, before we get started with Joey, I'm gonna let Marcus go ahead and give his report on independent wrestling this week. I think he only went to one show, I believe.
Yep.
I'm correct.
Well, we went to one this week.
WCWO on Friday night.
What is that? Your fourth sellout? I know we missed a week, but I know the last 3 weeks have been sellouts.
Yeah, you're right. What was it? The fourth, about 4 weeks ago, while we had that bad snowstorm that came in, that weather that caused us not to be full. But I think we was full like 3 weeks before that also.
Yeah,
I know we've been doing a great job there, and all the guys have really been working hard. That's for sure, to pack the house every week like we have been lately.
I agree. Okay, here's the results.
So that's almost what? So that's like 7 or 8 in a row that's been sold out.
Besides that bad weather weekend that we had.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's.
You couldn't hardly get out that weekend. So.
No.
Let's see. Scorpion defeated one half of the WCWO Tag Champs Phoenix. TJ Powers defeated Waterboy and Pogo in a triple threat match. Damon Real defeated Will. And here's the upsets here. Brody Botkins and Maliko defeated the WCWO Gunslinger Champion Zay Gates and the WCWO Territorial Champion Kenneth James in a double pin. Maliko pinned KJ and Brody pinned Zay. So WCW Outlaw Champion Hidari defeated Jason Levi. The other half of the tag team champions, Jackson Morgan, defeated Hammer. Rachel Armstrong and Dex Royal defeated Carter Kaufman and Damian Real. And main event, Cameron Saturn defeated Jordan James. Pretty solid show.
Yeah, it was a really solid show. I mean, honestly, the one match that Maliko and Brody beating Zay and them, I couldn't believe that happened myself. I was in the back. I was like, wow, what? That just really happened? Jeez. Yeah. But that shows you, that Maliko, he's one of my new students, and he's come along. He's going to be great. I say other people need to watch out for him in the future because he's coming for it.
I agree. I
agree with you. He doesn't, at least to me, and by far I'm no expert. I've been watching wrestling for a long time, but he doesn't look like a rookie. I mean, I'm sure you can find things, that he does, maybe that he can work on and stuff, but he's been at it now, maybe 6, 7, 8 months. I'm not sure how long for sure, but he sure looks like a guy that's been wrestling at least 3 or 4 years.
Oh yeah,
I think he does nice.
But he's also one of those kids. He's there every practice, every training. He's there at all the shows. He puts the work in, and as well as I do. If he put that work in, you should become a great performer, great wrestler.
Yeah.
And that's what these guys do, especially him and a bunch of other guys. They come in, they put that work in.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you because we seen a lot of your students early on, 2.5, 3 years ago. Rachel, I think I may have seen one of Rachel's first 10 matches, same way with some of the others too, at a Bearcat Rumble show, and also right after that at their August show. About 3 years now, and to the point where WCWO was then to where you're at now. What surprises you? Does anything surprise you about that, or was it? I mean, is things going as planned, or?
Yeah, honestly, nothing really goes to plan. And you guys know that one.
Yeah.
But no, I am surprised that we have made it as long as we have. Because we had the down spot there for a while, trying to get everything going back after COVID and my dad passing away. And I really wasn't for sure what the future hold for WCWO. But, with all these guys putting the hard work in and seeing all these guys going out traveling, seeing Rachel and them, go across country, it makes it all worthwhile. It makes me want to keep pushing to keep WCWO going, because seeing all these other opportunities these guys are getting because they're coming to the dub, putting the work in. Then they're going to go out around, the world and show everybody what the dub's all about. And that's what keeps me going with it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys do an outstanding job. You and your whole team. I mean, you've got a whole team there that bust their ass for you, and they do a lot of it because it's you and other reasons too, I'm sure. But you got a great team, and you've had a lot of great students come through there. I've got to see a lot of them. So I'm real happy with that, to be a part of that, to be able to see it. A lot of people that don't see it are missing out, in my opinion. I think that you guys have got one of the best things going in Indiana, in my opinion.
Well, I really appreciate that. I don't want to put anybody down. I just want everybody to succeed and enjoy wrestling and just do the best they can. As in people missing out at being at the dub, honestly, they are. People are missing out on a lot of good ring time, a lot of good people, a lot of good matches, and other people to wrestle. And everybody it's missing out. But with the crew that I have now, I'm so satisfied with. I mean, my crew really, they work so hard. And if it wasn't for the crew that I have, I don't know if we would be at where we're at today, because each and every one of them, they bust their butts. That's even setting up, tearing down, helping out with whatever needs to be done. And that's what makes a good team. And that's what's been making us so successful lately.
One thing before we get into this year's Comic-Con, I had a question. What was your expectations going into last year's Comic-Con? I mean, it was the first time you've done it. I mean, I don't know what you expected. I know it was a lot. I didn't know what to expect going there, and it was just outstanding. It blew me away completely. So what was your expectations going in, and how did you think things went, and what are you expecting for this year?
Well, I don't mean to be rude, but I have to ask you to repeat that question. Somebody was trying to call in on my phone.
Oh,
and
okay.
I couldn't hear it.
I
was trying to shut them off.
Okay. My question was, going into last year's Comic-Con, what did you expect, and how do you think things went last year, and what are you expecting this year?
Well, last year when we went to the Comic-Con, I was kind of unsure about if it would really work, because, they're there for the games and all that stuff and meeting all the other people. And I didn't think they would be wrestling fans. And so I really didn't, I wasn't too sure what was going on. I just knew we was going to go there and try to put the best show on possible and present a great show. And even if they wasn't wrestling fans, I wanted to make them wrestling fans before they left Comic-Con. And last year, I believe we succeeded on that. And I was so overwhelmed of the turnout and all the response that we got. A lot of people said that we kind of stowed Comic-Con. It was insane because of all the booths and all the people. We had more people in our section than anywhere else in the building. And you guys were there. It was crazy. We did all those shows, and standing room only over 98% of them.
Yep. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I know that being at the Dub at some of your shows this year and towards last year after Comic Con, I seen that you gained some new fans from Comic Con. I seen some of those
Yeah,
people that was
yeah,
at
it
Comic
did
Con
really
come to
pay
the.
off on that. We actually got a couple paid shows that people want to come and do shows for them. Out of that, we got some birthday parties from it, and a lot of new fans. And we even did a wedding.
Yep.
That was so exciting. So I mean, it really paid off for us. And I mean, before we even left, people from Comic Con already came up to us. Hey, we want you back next year. Can you do it next year? So we was excited.
I was there. As a matter of fact, they came and asked me. And I said, no, hold on. Let me get somebody. Let me get somebody that can help you. So yeah, they were completely. I mean, they were thrilled with you guys. I mean, just over the moon with what you guys did, and should have been because you guys did a great job. Marcus, did you have a question?
Mm-mm. No, I'm just listening.
I thought you had a question right before that.
Right. And
No, I was just listening. I was agreeing with you guys. I know how successful that is because I remember over this past year seeing people from Comic-Con come to other shows, not just the Dub shows. I've seen people from Comic-Con show up at the Cornfield Carnage, the Bearcat Rumble. Well, I think that was before Comic-Con, but I've seen people from Comic-Con that's been at the Dub that started at the Dub because of Comic-Con at other shows. So they're going other places too. So,
and and that's what it's supposed to be about, is helping each other grow and bring new wrestling fans into the business, get them liking it, give them great shows, because you give them great shows, we're going to keep coming back.
And Kelly and I see new people at the Dub every week. And we don't know if it's Comic-Con or if the word of mouth is out there, but we look, because Kelly looks and scans the crowd and she says, there's new people, it seems like, every week.
Yeah. I have to say that also each week we've had, I'll say, at least 10 to 15 new people each week. My mom, where everybody knows my mom works the door, and she's all about telling me, hey, we had a bunch of new people and blah, blah, blah. So she keeps me informed, and that's great that we're growing like that and getting out more and more.
Yeah,
I just know I'm excited for this weekend. So
I am too. I know Chris is. We're real excited. I think people don't realize, and this goes to all the companies out there, the better that each show does, you guys, to a certain degree, I guess there is competition, but really not, because if your show's doing well, more than likely the other shows are going to do well. And even on different, the better the independent pro wrestling is doing, it's better for everybody.
Right. I totally agree. With that. I just know, if everybody remembered, last year's Comic-Con was the first show that I broke out the new skirting, the new walkways. That was, I wanted to make sure last year that was our staple of making our mark for that year, and that we're not going anywhere. And we have more things coming. So I just want everybody to be aware that WCWO is not going anywhere, and we have plenty more shows that we're about to announce that we're going to go on the road for this summer. So
that's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about the Comic-Con this year? What times you guys are going to be there? The days? I know it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Comic-Con starts Friday at noon. It runs from noon to 5 Friday. Wrestling will start right at noon, because last year, the first year doing it was just trying to, figure out how things work. An hour and a half before they opened the main area for Comic-Con, we probably had 5,000 or 6,000 people in the hallway waiting to get into the doors. It was crazy. You guys seen, and so I want to pop off the shows a little early. So I'm going to start wrestling right at noon.
Can I interfere?
If I could start it at 11:30 while people are in the hallway, I will, to start keeping them entertained while they're waiting.
So are you already running till 5?
Yeah.
Because you had posted that Friday was 12 noon till 10 p.m.
No. It's from 12 to 10.
Okay.
Yeah. You said,
Well,
I think you got
early.
Friday and Sunday reversed.
You
You
probably
said 12 to 5. I didn't know.
you know what? You know how busy I've been the last couple of days.
I know. But I just want to make sure we got the right time out there.
Right. No. You're right. It's 12 to 10, 10 to 10, then 10 to 5.
There you go.
Yep.
And
Friday,
we will be
12 to 10.
we're going to be like an hour of wrestling, then an hour break with meet and greets and the little video things, then back into another hour. Then the last 3 hours of Comic-Con, I'm going to run a full big main show. So I got a lot of people coming in. So, and also don't forget about Friday night at the Dub.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night at the Dub. We have some matches getting ready to be announced here pretty soon. If Reggie and Pete hasn't already announced them, I haven't had a chance to be online, so I don't know if they got them out there yet.
I hadn't seen it yet.
So I know Brody and Zay's match is going to be there. Their pinfall hardcore match that they want to do. We're going to do that at the Dub Friday night. We will have the girls match Friday night. And trying to remember what else. It's been a busy day. And I don't have all my notes are on my phone. And if I start messing with my phone, I'm going to screw everything up.
That was one thing that really impressed me last year, is because after we started going to these shows, you see how hard it is just to run one show on a night. And then last year at Comic-Con on that Friday night, just like you're doing this year, you'll have a main show going on at the Dub, and then you'll have a main show going on at the same time at Comic-Con. And to me, I see how hard it is for a lot of people to do one show, let alone to try to run 2 shows like that at the same time.
Same time, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's why it makes it so good that I got a good crew, because I can trust certain people to run certain things, and they know 90% of the time I'm on the phone. So, but we've been, like we said, the Dub. Everybody's there every week. It's pretty much routine. Everybody should know their job by now. I shouldn't have to be there all the time. Everybody knows the matches before going in. So, as long as they behave themselves and don't act silly.
I'm not 100% sure on this. I'm going to ask you. You guys are in a different room this year, correct? At Comic-Con?
Yeah. We're actually. They moved Comic-Con to the. I think it'd be the southeast side of the building. I will. The main door will be off of Georgia and Capitol. And right when you walk in, we are room 130 and 131. We are the first venue that you see as you enter Comic-Con. We'll be right on the right hand
location then.
Yeah, prime location.
About the same size room or bigger? Or?
Yeah, it's the same size room besides the height. The height is a little bit shorter, but nothing that's going to affect any of the wrestling. So they wanted to put us in the big auditorium room because of how big it was last year, but that was all the way in the back of Comic-Con, and I didn't want that. I wanted to stay up front because they pretty much gave me the option of what I wanted to do.
You can't beat that.
Yeah,
No.
you're up there up front. You're up there up front. People have a chance to see. They see you before they run into other things and get interested.
Or when they're leaving,
might never make it back to the back. If you're up front, they're going to see you.
Right.
And when they're leaving Comic-Con, they'll go, "Oh, what's going on in there?" And it's like, so yeah, you'll catch them coming out.
Like last year during the breaks, there would be 150, 200 people sitting in the room waiting on the next show to start.
That was insane. And also, remember we ran what? Comic-Con closed at 5:00. We were still running at 5:30, full house. The hallway full. So hopefully we'll be able to do that again this year. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to be a busy day because we do our load-in on Thursday, and we have to be set up and everything, and it's going to be a long weekend for me. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, you're going to be wore out. You're going to be wore out for a couple of weeks just from that weekend.
Right, because you have to think there's probably going to be 40 to 50 matches a day, almost.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I got my hands full. That's for sure.
Is there? Can you? You may not want to. I'm just going to ask anyway. Is there any names that you want to tell us that's going to be there? If you can.
Honestly, I'm not even going to say a word about that. I'm just
Okay.
going to. If people wants to see it, they need to show up.
Yep. I know
You
you
know,
have
because everybody knows WCWO. You
a lot
never
of great
know who
people
you're
there
going to
last
have
year.
or what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Especially when you're
and
doing that many matches in
really
one day.
and here's the thing: you really, for what we've been doing lately, I just don't want to pick one person either. Not when our whole roster is worth coming and watching.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
everybody works so hard. So
Can you elaborate on? Can you elaborate on some of the? I know you don't want to make any big announcements, probably, but some of the. I know you got a bunch of shows coming up this summer.
yeah, well, I know we got Lebanon again. What, May the 11th? All the matches are going to be in a steel cage. Well, I have I confirmed Paragon already this year. That's going to be August the 31st, and we got the main event spot for the prime hour in Paragon. That's going to be, I believe it's 8:00 start time for that one. We're actually doing a show in Muncie ourselves. I think you guys know about that. May the 18th. That's for the Canine Police Department out there. It's going to be a fundraiser to help the Canine Division out there in Muncie. I got some more things. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
All right. Can you tell us when the Bachelor Memorial Weekend is? Because Chris and Tony really want to try to go this week.
I believe we picked the last weekend of June. I believe it was. I can't remember the date, but it will be the last weekend of June. We will be doing Don Bachelor Memorial. If anybody got a calendar right there beside you.
I think that's like the 28th, 29th.
Yeah, it was like
28th, 29th.
that. Yeah. So then also this summer we will be doing a crazy show out back behind the dub. I'm actually going to break out the 6-sided ring, and I'm going to wrap a cage around it. Man. We're going to do an outside show. We've been talking about that this summer. Of course, we already got a Beach Grove Festival already locked in. Just trying to remember right off the top of my head.
Going to be a busy summer. It sounds like.
Yeah. It plans on being a busy summer. That's for sure. Because I've talked to my wife and everything, because you guys know I'm super busy. I'm hardly ever home, and I want to do more road shows. But she asked me, hey, you can do some more road shows, but when I get some time. So I'm actually going to probably back off from the dub for a little bit on Friday nights and let Pete and Reggie handle everything, where I can spend some time at home with my family, and then I can focus on more road shows. So that's the plan for us. I see that barely. I can barely see that. Y'all, I just found out I have to get glasses, so.
Kelly says WCWO is awesome. And
right.
Mike says 6 sides, how fun to put together.
Yeah, I remember Mike telling me about that before.
Oh, that 6-sided ring is something else to put together. That's for sure, Mike. But now, you guys have any other questions for me? Anything you guys want to know?
Marcus, you got that?
No, I'm good. I have talked to several workers that normally don't work WCWO that are happy to be coming in to work that Comic-Con. So some of the AACW guys, and you got a lot of people coming in.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. It's hard telling who's going to be there, because I've talked to so many people, and I just want it to be a great experience for everybody. Because wrestling in a place like that, a lot of people don't ever get a chance to wrestle in a convention center. and it's awesome when you get a chance to do that.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still running
shows were last
the
year.
show
Everybody
Friday night, 3 blocks away, right?
Well, there was a lady.
yeah.
There was a lady there Friday night, and her daughter says, "Well, she told Tim we can't come to Comic-Con because it's a far way to drive." And I said, "You realize that's only like 2 miles over that way, right?" And she's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, they're only like 2 miles over there. So you got more people coming that didn't realize they were practically in Comic-Con already." So, because I don't know where they thought it was at, but
right, because we're going to be so busy, and Comic-Con's so busy. I actually have somebody that's going to be driving wrestlers back and forth from the Dub to Comic-Con because it's going to be so packed and busy down there.
you need to get yourself.
I think it's going to be worse. I think it's going to be worse this year with the traffic. And well, last year you had that marathon thing going on, but this year you have the college basketball going on at the same time.
Right. Yeah. I know. Downtown will be crazy. That's for sure. I think they said they drew 80,000 people last year or more. And I know that when I talked to the lady, they're talking maybe double this year.
Man. You're going to have to read that, Chris.
Kelly
I ain't reading that.
Question for you. She wants to know who's your favorite, Marcus or Kelly?
You want to put me in that situation?
It's her standard question anymore.
I love you guys both the same, but I like her hugs a lot better.
I ain't going to argue with that.
But I've known you guys for so many years. You guys are like family. I've grew up with you guys around.
Yeah.
So.
I can't wait. I hear you're breaking into the library. The early days.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see some of that because you see actually Jonathan sitting in the front row when he was like 6, because your dad would come around and dump his popcorn on him every time, and then we're like right around the edge there, and it's like I can't wait to see that stuff again. So,
oh yeah, well this summer I'm actually going into where we have a lot of my dad's possessions at. I'm going to actually go through a lot of the old VHS tapes and everything else. I have somebody going to put everything on DVD, and I'm going to start playing a lot of stuff and putting stuff online from the 80s and 90s and stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
That people's never seen. Because I think there's a lot of, my dad had, boxes and boxes and totes of wrestling matches and videos from over the years. And I think a lot of it people needs to see. Mm-hmm. And I want to try to get it out there for people to watch.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I tell you, last year's shows, we started putting our list together when we did the GWR best matches and different things this year. And Marcus knows this because I talked to Marcus about it. I had a bunch of matches written down from Comic-Con. I could have just did Comic-Con matches. The shows were so good last year. Of course, I had to go through and try to be fair. But you guys just put on. I mean, on that list, I think I had like 30 matches just of Comic-Con matches that I could have just used that. I could, I didn't. But I try to use everything because we went to 58 shows last year. But yeah, Comic-Con was my favorite thing last year that I went to. So and I went to a lot of good stuff. So a lot of great shows all over the state of Indiana. But that experience was just fantastic. I know for me and Chris, and really looking forward to it again this year.
Yeah, I just hope it goes just as smooth as it did last year because it was amazing. And like you said, everybody worked hard. All the matches were great. I mean, and knock on wood, and no injuries. Nobody got hurt, and everybody wrestled 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And
I think we've done more like 13 different shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then at the end, I just kept on throwing matches out because everybody wanted wrestling. But you said it though. Then after the show was over, everybody left, and within 5-10 minutes later, we had like an hour and a half before the next show. We already had 200-300 people in there wanting more wrestling.
Yep.
And so that's why I was like, hey guys, they want it. Let's give it to them. So we did.
Yeah, it's an outstanding show. Everybody out there, if you didn't go, it's worth the price of admission. I mean, I know it's a free event, but I mean, to get in the doors to Comic Con, I think its tickets are like $30 or something like that, and maybe different for different days. But just going to that, it was worth the price of admission. Just going to those shows, and then you've got all kinds of things going on there at Comic Con too. So uh, it's really a cool event. So and I had never been to Comic Con before. It's worth going to Comic Con just to see all the people in the costumes, everybody walking around. That's cool too. So you can do that in between shows.
Oh yeah, they for sure. They have a lot of neat costumes out there. That's for sure. And a lot of neat things to look at and check out, take pictures with. A lot of stars out there this year. If you guys checked it out their website, they got a lot of people coming in this year.
Yeah, I haven't checked the lineup out yet. I need to. I checked it out last year before we went, but I haven't checked it out this year. I know that place was packed last year. That's the first time I'd ever been to a Comic-Con, period. And then the experience with you guys doing the shows, it was awesome.
Right. Well, I hope you're ready for a busy weekend, guys, because it's going to happen. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm ready. Ready as I'm going to be. I'm going to be wore out, and I don't do a third of what you guys do, so I can imagine how you guys feel.
Right. Oh, by the way, I know we're live and all that, but you guys have permission to come through the main front door off of Georgia Street, in Georgia and Capitol.
Okay.
You guys can bring your gear through there instead of coming through the back. So that makes it a lot easier on you guys.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well,
What about you, Marcus? Are you going to try to make it out Friday night for a little bit?
No, we're just going to do the Dub and Kokomo and Greenfield. We're going to cover the other shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're going to split GWR in half this weekend.
He just thought it'd be too tiring. I can understand.
He always can wear down quickly, and getting there is not the problem. But then when it's time to go to the bathroom and standing in line and then going to eat, and it's like, let's just cover the other shows, and we're going to do that, and we'll be at the Dub Friday. So awesome.
Yeah, but keep your eye out on for Inside the Dub. They're going to release a lot of the cards for the Friday night, and a lot of people are going to be shocked because it's not a lot of our regulars. We have some other different people coming in. So, because I don't want to leave yes, I'm doing two shows at the same time, but I don't want to leave the Dub hanging. I think the Dub has got to have a great show, just like any other night.
Yep.
So. Then, some people that will wrestle the Dub will be, hop back in the car and drive right back down over to Comic Con.
Yep, we've seen some of that last year.
Yeah.
Well, you've been bringing in some new people to the Dub anyway. I was glad to see Justin Danger. Cameron Saturn's a staple of the Dub now.
Well, since you want to bring up those two names, I believe that's who we have wrestling at the Dub Friday night against each other for the first time.
Wow, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Danger versus Saturn. So
that'd be good.
That's what I was thinking when we talked. I was like, man, nobody's seen that. That's different, and I think it's going to be a great match. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree as well.
So, and through Comic-Con, you guys, it's hard for me to tell you everybody that's coming in because I got so many different people coming in throughout the weekend, and people that you'd be like, oh wow, really?
Yeah, you had that last year. You had people come in for maybe one match, maybe for two matches on Saturday, whatever, because everybody's working all over the state, but you run in a lot of people and did a great job, man. It was great shows.
Oh yeah, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me. Some people I said no to, but some people I was like, yeah, I'll give you the opportunity because everybody's got to experience that place at least once in their career.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Powers said all that matters is that he's there.
Then why don't that surprise me?
Yeah, TJ don't have an ego problem whatsoever.
Oh no, not at all. That wouldn't be TJ Powers if he didn't.
No, that's for sure.
So, but if you want to be the man and try to put yourself out there, you got to, play that role. If you want it, come and get it. I'm the top dog. So
he said, bite me.
But you have to give it up for TJ. As long as he's been wrestling, he's still at it. Wrestling every weekend. Hats off to the guy. That's for sure.
Does a great job, man. Can work a crowd. I enjoy watching him.
Yeah. I do too. I've watched it too many times. And been hit by that left hand too many times.
How many times have you seen TJ Powers wrestle? 5,000?
Oh, yeah. Or more. Well, you have to think, TJ was in the same school as my dad when they first started training.
Okay.
So.
I did not know that.
Yep. It was, let me try to remember. It was Quicksilver, TJ, my dad.
Diamond Dan,
Steve Dye, Anita. I can't remember. It's been so long ago. But yeah, that was part of my dad's very first class. Was trained by Steve Regal, Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal.
I remember him.
So that's been a long time ago. That's for sure.
All right. Well, Dad, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I'm about to ask because I'm over here at my son's house. They invited us over for dinner, and I'm hungry.
Yep.
And my son's actually cooking for me, so I'm taking advantage of it.
You got to take advantage of it when you can.
Right? Free food, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, ain't nothing wrong with free food.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, Joey. We'll let you get to dinner, but I will get with you. I'll get with you later on or tomorrow or something, get some details about this weekend, about what time to get there and all that stuff.
All right. Not a problem, guys. I appreciate you guys giving me the time and opportunity to talk about Comic-Con and WCWO. And I appreciate everything you guys do for the wrestling business because it's people like you helps the business and makes it a lot better. So I appreciate you guys.
Hey, one thing real quick. I'm a homer, and I'll say it 100%. I'm a homer, but WCWO, in my opinion, is the best promotion in Indiana. That's just my opinion. Anybody that can do a show weekly, every week, and do what you do, and doing these road shows and the way you built, like you said, you was down 2 or 3 years ago, and then build back up. To me, you can't be touched. That's my opinion, and you guys do a fantastic job. Everybody over there.
Well, I really appreciate that. I really do. Like I said, we're not going nowhere. We're going to keep pushing hard, and we're going to try to be stronger than ever. So
we'll let him go. We can do a few other things. We'll let you go, and we'll do a few other things.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you guys. Have a great night.
Yep, same to you.
Bye.
All right, excited. I'm excited for this weekend.
I have too. We got to find out. Well, he talked like we're going to have to bring our equipment. You think?
That's why I told him
we need to find out.
Yeah, we got to find out about that.
That's why I told him I was going to call him and get some details. Make sure we're all
on the same page.
But yeah, hey, I'm fine with that.
Well, if we got to bring our equipment, that's fine. We just got to know we're going to have help. It's going to be a pretty good walk.
That's what we got you for. Tell him, Marcus.
Yeah,
Marcus, you may have to go. I may back out.
Wheelchair me in there, I guess.
And speaking, well, we'll do this off there about the Basher shows. I'm going to miss it again. I'm gonna be busy that weekend. I am.
Well,
You and Chris will.
we'll talk after. It conflicts a date,
Oh,
but I will tell you
okay.
that I'll be at the Basher show. I will say that now, and I will talk to the promoter running, and I'm sure he'll understand. But
Yeah, we'll talk about that because
Thank you, Michelle.
So,
oh yeah,
Basher was a
Yeah,
good
that's one
man,
thing
so-
about the WCWO, and for that go, any promotion that we went to, anytime we needed help, and especially WCWO and DCCW, but any place, Kokomo, anywhere we go, if we need help, because Chris can't carry a lot of stuff, and I only weigh about 50 pounds, so don't be saying nothing. I know I weigh more than 50 pounds, but I gotta give it that effect, and have a hard time carrying stuff. So
50,
I get help.
50 pounds.
Okay, 100 pounds. Give me a break. You got to make it look good.
TJ said, "Now when am I going to be on, or I'm coming to the studio to find you? Look for him."
Well, we're at the same place, so
I'm not going to be home.
Chris is gonna make sure he finds out TJ's on the way. He's gonna be door dashing. He ain't gonna be here.
I'll be gone. No, we'll get something set up with you, TJ. That's been
Well,
my
you need
fault.
to.
Yep. It's all Chris's fault.
It is Chris's fault.
See, Marcus backed me up.
Alex says, "I understand," so I'm assuming that was the show Marcus was talking about.
Yes, I'm sorry, but the Basher Memorial, Basher was a good man, and I haven't missed one yet. And I'm there for the family.
How's it
And
going,
I know
Damien?
you understand that, Alex. I really know you understand that. So,
And Damien, I think Marcus will see you this weekend. But yeah, we'll miss you guys. Miss you this weekend as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Marcus will be there.
who is it? Damon DeVille?
Damien DeVille.
Yeah, we'll see you Saturday.
And also, Damon, you guys are gonna have a representative on Thursday night, and we'll be talking about the show for Saturday night, and we'll also have Alex on and be talking about the FEW show. I believe that's Sunday night, correct?
Sunday, yes. Hang on a minute.
Sunday.
What?
Oh, Kelly had a question.
Yeah. No, I am not refereeing
Why not?
because I'm not.
Because he's wrestling. That's why.
No, I'm not wrestling either.
He's going to take on Freak on the Leash or.
Cinco.
No, Cinco's coming after you.
Yeah, Cinco will shoot. Piss Cinco off.
Cinco's coming after Chris.
We could do a match. I'll even put the old mask on right here. So it'd be two luchadors.
Yeah.
We got to make sure Wiley's helping me commentate, Tony.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a choice here. So what you guys want to talk a little wrestling that's going on? Or you guys want to do a bracket? We do one or the other. Marcus, you got
Marcus decide.
You decide, Marcus.
Okay, so talk about like what's currently going on in the world right now.
Well, we've got the topics I have down. I've got down, which I already mentioned about the Bray Wyatt documentary. Well, I said that off there, I believe, but I will mention that Bray Wyatt's got a documentary coming out April 1st on Peacock. It'll debut then. It's going to be narrated by The Undertaker. Triple H made that announcement today.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it that Monday. I'm looking forward to that. We can talk about The Rock, some of those promos. We can talk about some storylines. We can talk about Mercedes Moné, who used to be Sasha Banks. Or I've got a greatest rivalries 16 bracket. It's from top10s.com.
Do that.
Okay. Okay, everybody out there, you guys can help with this. I'm going to start off with number 1 versus number 16. I think this is going to be an easy one. Number 1, Austin and Rock versus Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Okay.
We don't have nothing tomorrow night, right?
No.
Okay. I was just double checking that.
I don't know who that is.
You don't have it.
So our next thing's not till Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something.
Yeah. Not that I'm Not that I know of, unless you got something I don't know about.
No.
Okay, it's rivalries, greatest rivalries: Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, and Gargano and Ciampa. Number 1 against number 16. Gargano and Ciampa was an outstanding rivalry in NXT. Just a lot of people probably don't know about it.
I don't even know who those guys are exactly, but they're NXT wrestlers.
But they're in WWE now. They're wrestling as a tag team together in WWE now. Fantastic wrestlers. Great rivalry. But yeah, you can't compare it to Austin and Rock, in my opinion.
Well, what tag team are they wrestling as now?
DYI. They was on the last pay-per-view.
Okay. Yeah, they do pretty good. But
Yep.
I'm going to have to go Austin and Rock because I didn't even know they had a feud with each other.
Yeah. Someday you need to go back and watch that NXT. That rivalry was outstanding. They beat the crap out of each other. It was really good. Definitely, I think it's going to be Austin and Rock.
It's going to be Austin and Rock because that's what everybody, yeah. Alex said Austin and Rock. Kelly said Austin and Rock.
Yep.
Warren said Austin and Rock.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, DIY was the name of the tag team now. Next up was number 8 versus 9. Undertaker and Edge rivalry versus the Hogan and Sting. Hogan and Sting was the number 9 rivalry. So which was the better rivalry, Undertaker and Edge or Hogan and Sting? That's pretty tough.
I'm going to say Undertaker Edge.
Well, yeah, it's hard for us because we've seen that match at SummerSlam and everything.
I'm on that route too. I wasn't that into Sting and Hogan.
Well, it was so hard with Hogan and Sting because they didn't touch each other much.
Yeah.
You know my thoughts on that, on Sting after they done that.
Yep, they're going to be Taker and Edge. Next up, number 5 and 12. This is an interesting one. Number 5 is Flair and Steamboat versus number 12, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Two great rivalries right there. I'm old school, even though I think Triple H and Shawn is very deserving and was fantastic. I'm old school. I got to go Flair Steamboat.
Man, that's a tough one for me.
It's tough. I mean, don't get me wrong, because Triple H and Shawn had some great matches and very heated rivalry.
So you know my answer, because I was a fan of Flair and Steamboat. Summer of '89. Yeah.
Where you going with, Chris? Because right now we're like 2-2.
I don't know. I'm deciding still. I think I'm gonna go Flair and Steamboat. You know, that's a hard one because I really like Triple H and Shawn as well. But
okay,
hey, how's it going, Kevin?
Next up, number 4. I thought this one was a little high, but I understand to a certain degree because there was a big rivalry there. Bischoff versus Vince. Because of the Monday Night Wars, against number 13, Undertaker and Kane. It depends on how you look at it. I mean,
yeah, it does. Depends on how you're looking at it. Because Bischoff and Vince, what that was up against.
Undertaker and Kane was one of the greatest stories. I think one of the better stories told. Period. And then Bischoff and Vince. I mean, that rivalry. I mean. It didn't play out on air, but it did play out on air. Not necessarily them head to head, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I'm sorry. I'll be back with you in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That's really a tough one. Just because it was more out in front of my TV and I could see it more directly, I'm going with Undertaker and Kane.
I'm going to take your Kane.
I'll go Undertaker and Kane.
Okay. Next up, number 6 versus number 11. This is going to be tough because we didn't see a lot of this. Now, this Warren Misery is going to be right down his alley. Number 6 is Edge and Christian, the Dudleys and the Hardys, their rivalry, or this is from All Japan, from the New Japan Wrestling, Tanahashi and Okada. I'm gonna be interested to see how Warren looks at this because he's a big New Japan fan. Just because I didn't see a lot of Tanahashi and Okada, I know I've told how great of a rivalry it was. I didn't see a lot of it. I've got to go with Edge, Christian, Dudley's, and the Hardys.
Yes, I agree.
And I'm not trying to take anything away from Tanahashi and Okada. I just didn't witness it, so I don't know.
TLC matches that them three teams had
Yes.
WrestleManias and stuff, man.
Yeah. Warren, what's your outlook on that? I mean, which was better? Okay, he's going with Tanahashi and Okada because it didn't rely on tables, ladders, and chairs, and he follows that. So I understand what he's saying. I just didn't see a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, I've heard it was a great rivalry. I've heard about it, but I haven't. I need to watch more of their stuff. Hey, how's it going, Travis?
Looks like it's going to be the Edge and Dudley's and Hardys.
How's it going, Kevin Mitchell?
Next up, number 3 versus 14. Number 14 shouldn't have been on this list, I don't think. We'll see what Warren thinks about this. Number 3, Sean and Brett versus number 14, CM Punk and MJF.
Sean and Brett.
Sean and Brett, no doubt. I don't know that CM Punk and MJF deserve to be on that list.
It wasn't very long.
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
It wasn't very much of a rivalry.
No.
And I'm an MJF fan. He's about the only one I even
he definitely
keep track of on AEW.
Yeah.
Warren says HBK and Brett.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Marcus, that's where he's going. This is a really tough one. And I honestly thought both of these might have been rated kind of low. Number 7, Andre and Hulk Hogan versus number 10, John Cena and Randy Orton. That's Cena and Orton was an outstanding rivalry.
You were just watching something talking about that.
I was watching it yesterday. I was watching it yesterday.
I remember stopping. I stopped and listened to a little bit of
Marcus, do you think Andre and Hogan number 7? That's pretty low.
Yes. Chris, I sent you a PM. Look at that.
I'm glad you told me because I wouldn't have.
Well, you need to look at that.
I wouldn't have heard it because I had my phone on silent, so I didn't even know it went off.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Andre and Hulk or Cena and Orton?
I'm on Hogan and Andre.
Hogan and Andre.
I'm going Hogan and Andre, but it's close. Cena and Orton was one hell of a rivalry. Well, Hogan and Andre, well, I guess it was about 2 years, but then they wrestled in the 70s at Shea when Hogan was a bad guy and Andre the good guy. No doubt the better matches with Cena and Orton.
Well, it was the time frame.
Cena and Orton, it was probably, oh man, I'm trying to think. It probably went 2 or 3 years at least.
And they were more athletic.
Oh yeah.
The other was a storyline. They were more of an athletic version of the.
Yeah, and they did some good storyline too. I still give it to. Honestly, I think one's like a 10, and the other one's 9 3/4. But I give the edge to Hogan and Andre, and I'm old school, and that's part of the reason there. But it's really close. Well, at least it is for me. I think it's going to be Hogan and Andre. Okay. Next, number 2 versus number 15. Number 2 is Austin and McMahon versus number 15, DX versus The Undertaker. This I didn't quite understand, but this was number 15. I think definitely Austin and McMahon. I mean, there was a battle there between them. I would have said the McMahons more than I would just Vince because they was after Shane and kind of all of them. kind of the authority type thing. But I think it's got to be Austin McMahon for me.
Yeah, Austin and McMahon.
Okay, going to the next round. Number 1, Austin and Rock versus number 3, Undertaker and Edge. I don't know how you guys feel. But I don't know that. Do you think Austin and Rock deserve number 1?
Yeah, they were quite up there. What was it, like 3 WrestleManias in a row they main evented?
No, 2 for sure. Chris, what do you think? Austin and Rock and Undertaker and Edge. I'm going with Austin and Rock to win this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Austin.
What do you think, Marcus?
Austin Rock.
Next up, number 5, Flair and Steamboat versus number 13, Undertaker and Kane.
Well, you know what I'm picking.
I'm going with Flair and Steamboat. Warren's going with Taker and Kane. Taker and Kane was very good, and it was different. It was very well. Flair and Steamboat had some storyline, but it was a lot of great wrestling. And Taker and Kane had some good wrestling, some good matches, but it was a lot of story.
It was it was 2 different styles, because you had Flair and Steamboat doing hour matches, and Taker and Kane were doing unique matches.
Yep.
And
I'll tell you one that should be on this list that's not. I think Mankind and Undertaker should be on this list.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Their rivalry is outstanding too. A couple of these could have been off. What do you think, Chris? Flair and Steamboat or Undertaker Kane?
I'm gonna go Flair and Steamboat.
Okay, it's going to be Flair and Steamboat. Next up, number 6, Edge and Christian, the Dudleys and the Hardys, against number 3, Shawn and Brett.
Yeah, I'm going to go the triple threat.
Really?
I liked it better.
You're not a Shawn fan. I got to go with Shawn and Brett. I thought I had some really good storyline. A lot of it was true because they come to hate each other. So I'm going with HBK and Brett. What do you think, Chris?
I'll say HBK and Brett.
I knew I'd be outvoted.
Next, we've got number 2, Austin McMahon versus number 7, Andre and Hulk Hogan. Man, it's tough.
Oh, my goodness. And Hogan was involved in all that. It's got to be. What was the 2 choices? I'm sorry.
It's Hulk and Andre and Austin and McMahon, and both were so big for the business at the time. I mean, Andre and Hogan catapulted WrestleMania. Austin and McMahon, without McMahon as the heel to Austin, do they beat WCW?
Well, I was going to say, Austin and McMahon's what gained their foothold back.
Yep.
Andre and Hogan was the one that revived WrestleMania.
Yeah, it pushed him to the next level.
Because do you
And
think
it's a tie for
WrestleMania
me.
would have been? You think WrestleMania would have been still going today if they had number 3 look as good as number 2? Nobody'd be
No.
buying that. Because 2 is terrible.
Oh, well, I mean, Andre and Hogan wasn't a superstar match, but it was a spectacle, and it drew 93,000 people.
Yeah, he had to do something.
And
He had to do another.
it put them out to another level. I mean, it just did. But Austin and McMahon took it to another level too. So man, this is tough. It looked like Austin and McMahon's going to get it, but yeah, we've already got 3 of those. Personally, what do you think, Chris? I mean, you was around more for Austin and McMahon. I think to me, I think Andre and Hogan for me, but it's like again, it's a dead tie for me. But
I'm gonna say Austin and McMahon.
Okay, we're down to our final 4.
Because if that rivalry don't happen, who knows it? Who knows where if WWE's still around?
Yeah, but
Today.
True.
But you can say the same thing. Yeah,
we don't know about that too. So they're very close. We're down to our final 4. We've got number 1, Austin and Rock versus number 5, Flair and Steamboat, and then we have number 3, Shawn and Brett versus number 2, Austin and McMahon. So let's go with the first one, Austin and Rock versus Flair and Steamboat. Very tough for me. Austin and Rock. Marcus, I do have a question.
What's up, Rob Scott?
Do you think Austin and Rock had a bigger influence on the business than Flair and Steamboat? I'm not saying that. I'm asking.
I think so. But I'm still going to go with Flair and Steamboat.
I think I am too. I thought personally, it might be my greatest rivalry of all time.
Well, I know I enjoyed 1989.
Yeah,
because they did that all summer long, fighting that. Come in as a mystery tag team partner, but winning the title to 3 major
one match better than the other. I mean, they just kept topping each other.
Yeah.
And it was all pure wrestling. Just outstanding wrestling.
And then as soon as it got done, Terry Funk and Flair started. So,
yeah. It's going to be Austin and Rock, which I figured it would be, but. Okay, we got Shawn and Brett against Austin and McMahon.
Austin and McMahon.
Shawn and Brett was big. Shawn and Brett was big too, because without Shawn and Brett, we may not get Mr. McMahon as the heel. That's what turned him heel.
I still going to go with Austin and McMahon. That's what pulled him back from WCWO or WCWO. Shoot. See, when you get all them letters like that, WCW. That's what gained the foothold back from Bischoff.
True. That's true. You can't argue that. It's another one that's really close for me. I mean, I could definitely say Shawn and Brett because the wrestling was really good. They had some great matches. But Austin McMahon was just it really catapulted the WWE to beat. And there was other factors too. There was other great stars too. Don't get me wrong. It ended up being a team effort, but it definitely catapulted them. So I think it's got to be Austin and McMahon too. What do you think?
Yeah, I say Austin and McMahon.
Well, that tells you something.
I mean, the Brett and Shawn. One thing I think extra it had going for it was that it actually turned into shoot as well.
Yeah. Let me ask everybody out there real quick before we do the finals here. Which was the better rivalry between Shawn and Brett and Flair and Steamboat?
You know my answer.
Okay, Shawn hater.
Well, I was such a fan of Flair and Steamboat. It's like,
Yeah, I agree.
You got a two-set. It's you got 2 strikes against the other side. So
Yeah, that's true. We got a Sean and Brett. See, I'm leaning. It's hard for me on that one. And Sean and Brett went on for a long time too, because they went Intercontinental title to main title and
Montreal.
Yep. And I think it looked like people thought Sean and Brett on that one. Okay, let's do our finals. Austin and The Rock versus Austin and McMahon. Which was the greater rivalry?
Austin and McMahon.
I'm gonna say Austin McMahon.
I think Austin and Vince too, guys. And they had them number 2 and had Austin and Rock number 1. But I think Austin and McMahon. But I wouldn't have a problem if Flair and Steamboat was number 1 and one, or in Final 4 was very close to me personally. I don't think you could argue if any 4 of them was number 1. That's just my opinion. So it looked like Austin and McMahon. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Hey, Warren, I'll give you a text back here in just a little bit.
All right. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Go check out WCWO this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indianapolis Comic-Con. And also on Friday night, you can check them out at the Dub.
Yep.
No, at the Dub, tickets are $12. Comic-Con, if you have admission into the Comic-Con,
All the shows are free.
You don't have to pay no extra to watch the wrestling shows. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, or Gonzo Sports Room as well.
A special show Thursday night at 7. I have a couple special guests. We're going to have can't think of his name.
FEW owner Alex Morgan.
Alex. I couldn't think of the other name.
And then we're going to have Justin
Grubb. They'll both be on at 7 promoting shows that they got coming up this weekend. So we wanted to promote them too. So be with us Thursday at 7 p.m.
All right, everybody have a great night. We'll see you guys next week.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens show. They've been trying to get me on this podcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.